Welcome to Inside Marketing with MarketSurge, your front row seat to the boldest ideas and smartest strategies in the marketing game. Your host is Reed Hansen, Chief Growth Officer at MarketSurge.
Hello and welcome back to Inside Marketing with MarketSurge. Today's guest is someone who hasn't just participated in major business trends, he's helped create them. Sreedhar Peddineni is the rare founder who builds categories. He was behind Host Analytics, now Planful, helping redefine enterprise performance management. And he co-founded Gainsight, where the concept of customer success was born, turning churn from a lagging metric into a boardroom priority. Now he's taking on another broken system, sales enablement. At GTM Buddy, Sreedhar is leading the shift from static enablement, more content, more training, more tools, to something fundamentally different, revenue activation. A world where AI doesn't just inform sellers, it shows up in the moment, guiding decisions, shaping conversations, and acting more like a co-strategist than just a tool. If you've ever felt like your team has everything they need but still struggles to execute when it matters most, this conversation is going to hit home. Sreedhar, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, great and kind introduction. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, you have, as we mentioned, it's such an impressive background. You're a multiple-time founder and have worked with multiple lines of business and really are doing a great job bringing technology to non-technical folks. So I think this is going to be great. Now, you've worked in several different categories. So you've worked in performance management and customer success, and now sales enablement. When you saw sales enablement, what did you see in trends or other observations that made you think that this system is broken and could really use an infusion of
Great question. A little bit of a perspective in terms of the technology shifts that I've seen. When I started my career back in 2000, 2001 timeframes, that time was, on-premise software was more common and SaaS was a new thing. People were moving stuff to the cloud and subscription models were new. So that's one first major shift that I've seen in my career. Mm-hmm. Then with my second company, Gainsight, that was the very early days of, SaaS companies have reached scale and people were focusing on adding customers, but there was a leaky funnel where customers are churning, but there was no instrumentation in the market on how do you keep track of the customer health and how do you proactively retain them. So that led to a birth of a function and a category, if you will, and a whole new job description. Mm-hmm. But what's happening with GTM Buddy right now is the broader landscape with what's happening with AI. And that was the foundational thesis of GTM Buddy, wherein we walked into a market. There were content management solutions, if you will. These are glorified Google Drives, if you will, where you would get in all of your sales content, organize them, tag them, and hopefully reps can come and search and find content. Parallel to that, there was learning systems. Where you hire a rep, you would onboard them, they would get certified, go through the learning paths and get certified. And that was the state of the union of enablement. So I'm talking about 2021, 22 timeframes, pre-ChatGPT era. AI was sufficiently advanced that content discovery should not be a problem with AI. We should not be requiring anybody to manually tag content. AI was already capable enough that it can read various types of content, including videos, PDFs, and slide decks, and all of that, and ingest what's there in in those texts, and making the search and discovery a solved problem. Then, with the launch of generative AI, people don't even need to search for information or look at a document similar to what we used to do with Google, where you used to search for something. Okay, here are the 10 websites, and I'll click on the first 3 or 4 links, go to the website and read stuff. 2, the search mode, where we're right now getting the answers on the top, which is reshaping marketing, digital marketing. You're an expert in that, you know that. The same thing with sales and revenue enablement. People are not really looking for documents.
Right.
People are looking for answers. Mm-hmm. Okay. And what I'm describing now is 2023, 2024 way of AI.
The ancient history.
It's ancient history now. It's possible with the likes of MCPs and MCPs are you talked about APIs in your video about you're not as non-technical.
Thanks. I'm trying.
Yeah. The new world of APIs that we're living in the world of AI, is MCPs. Mm-hmm. The question becomes, just the way APIs are invisible, we use APIs all the time, MCPs are going to become invisible. Now the question becomes, if you are a product builder or building out the products, then how are you constructing your MCP is one part of it. But if you are a GTM person in sales, in marketing, among your tech stack, how are you connecting these tools together?
Mm.
It used to require engineers before.
Yeah.
Okay. In Cloud or in ChatGPT, you could register those MCP servers. If your vendor is offering a well-constructed MCP, then you could connect those and you connect data from multiple sources, and you can answer business questions. Substantially reduced effort. It's a new
Amazing.
language people need to be learning, right?
Yeah.
What's an MCP? What's a tool? What's a skill?
Yeah.
Skills are very old now. They were born about 3 months ago.
Right. Right.
That's becoming the lingua franca of what you can do with AI.
Yeah.
In terms of the outputs that you can generate, in terms of moving the needle, how do you address your capacity problem? All of us are now living in an era where growth at any cost is behind us.
Yeah.
We have to do more with less. That's the new norm, regardless of which function we are in, what size of a company that we are operating in.
Yeah.
To succeed in this era, we need to leverage the power tools that are available to us.
Yeah.
And what I'm noticing is that the way people did not understand APIs and other tools well enough, there is a underappreciation of the power of AI tools right now.
Yeah.
Tools are far more capable already, even without worrying about the doomsday scenario of, is AI going to take over the world?
Mm-hmm.
We are living in a era we can really leverage AI for doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
Things so
Absolutely.
that just take a lot of time, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, okay. So Sreedhar, in your opinion, so let me, I'll give a little bit of my background for some color. So I worked for Oracle for many years in sales. I was in the on-premise era, selling on-premise software. And, at that time we were saying that the cloud was unstable and, that it was just a fad. And then, in a blink of an eye, Oracle switches to being a very large cloud company. And I'm sure you're aware. But many in sales roles, they were ignorant of a lot of the technology that supported what they did or they sold. Do you think in this era, with the MCPs, that salespeople are going to need to be responsible and educated on how to use technology and not be entirely reliant on an IT team? Do you think they will need to seize that technology for themselves?
absolutely. Just a few minutes ago, I posted on LinkedIn about the exact same topic, the topic of AI literacy.
Okay.
So I was on a conversation with another person, and basically comes out, we were talking about AI literacy.
Mm-hmm.
It's non-negotiable for all of us as humanity
Mm-hmm.
that we need to figure out how to leverage AI. That's a life skill.
Yeah.
It's not just a skill for doing my job or keeping my job or growing in my career. It's a life skill. Yet we see that people are lagging behind. Everybody says that, I use ChatGPT, I use Claude, I use Gemini. Everybody uses that. But how are they using that? I stopped going to Google. I ask ChatGPT, I get an answer.
Yeah.
So therefore, I am a power user. I've learned to put on a role of think like a content writer and write this piece of content for me. And
Mm-hmm. Right.
this like writing slightly better prompts. Again, a 2024 skill. Unfortunately, what we are seeing is a lot of people are still there, barring the minority. Now, the question becomes, what is differentiating the people who are way ahead of the curve versus the rest of the population, if you will? I believe it's a question of motivation.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe the fear factor, like you said, a lot of people, okay, I'm not technical,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go and learn how to create a skill and what is co-work. Either they would cite a time problem. I have a fully cramped day and I don't have time for this.
Right.
Or I have a fear factor.
Mm-hmm.
These are very, very common scenarios. But if people don't get over it, they're hurting themselves. Forget their organization, they're hurting themselves. And it's become my personal crusade, personal mission, wherein whenever I talk to my teammates or any young people that I come across, I have to voice. Every day they get tired of me talking to them about the importance of AI literacy.
Interesting.
It's important for all of us.
Yeah. Well, okay. So a side question, what do you do to help your own boys to gain that literacy? This is slightly off topic from your business, but I am curious, for young people, there's a lot of differing messages. Some say young people shouldn't touch AI, so they develop critical thinking skills. Others, like yourself, and I tend to agree more with your approach. They need to become literate, but how do you train them? How do you get them literate or proficient?
Yeah, my boys are adults now. So my older boy is in law school.
Okay.
He is at that age now where whatever dad says is probably a thing that he would not take it seriously. But I see that one thing that I did was I got him a subscription to ChatGPT. Now I'm thinking of getting him a cloud subscription and just gave it to him. Okay. I talk to him sometimes, probably he knows 99% of what I say. I'm only hoping and praying that he's using it. I do have some signs that he is using it for his legal research, preparing for the moot courts and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So that's fine.
Yeah.
Older one is a bit more technically inquisitive. So one thing that I'm doing as a parent, giving them access to tools,
Mhm.
giving them some pointers, knowing that probably if I tell them 10 things, I hope that they listen to at least one thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a couple teen daughters, and yeah, so that's something that's been on my mind. The education system is not caught up, like I think it's in the fear stage, and it needs to embrace this technology and recognize that it's going to be a part of almost every profession.
I
So
think to be the education system,
yeah, please.
someone asked me about AI courses at a university. Basically, I want to go to a master's program at some university, and looks like a great program. My advice was that it is hard for any top tier university event to keep pace with and update their curriculum every few weeks.
Yeah.
That's practically not possible. If you want to become a machine learning engineer, learn the mathematical foundations of it. That needs a specific mindset. If you want to be that, yes, go do the master's program. Good for you.
Yeah.
But to be a business user, we have to keep track of it. We need to tinker with it. There's no other way.
Yeah, it's true. Now, something I picked up in what you were saying earlier, go to market professionals, and you group sales and marketing in there together. Is it fair to say that you would predict that traditional like delineation between roles like sales and marketing are going to blur as we become more proficient with technology like this? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, at least from a technology perspective, in terms of I see the tech stack convergence happen. In terms of do I need a separate marketing stack from sales stack? Probably those lines are starting to blur, especially with AI. I can talk about from the context of GTM Buddy. I'm not trying to sell this product here,
right?
But I see the latest product launch that we have. We call it Nucleus. It's an AI that can connect to multiple LLMs, and it also is an MCP host as well as an MCP client. That's a geeky way of saying that we can connect to multiple systems, bring that data in, and we have our own data sets and our own content and learning, and we are exposing it to this AI platform. Using that AI platform, I could do multiple things. So if I'm a marketer, I can start off with, okay, here is my messaging talk track. I create a Word document, if you will. I don't worry about polishing it. I could give it to the platform, and I can give it my brand voice, which I can attach it from my content system. Use my brand voice to convert this into a 2-pager, and then convert into a slide deck that I can share with my sales team. And the craft of creating compelling slides used to require a designer, storyboarding, lots of effort, right? Now, with the likes of LLMs working with the tools like Gamma, if you will, creation of that can be done in minutes.
Wow, that's amazing.
You can take that information and create a full-fledged LMS learning material. I can look at my call transcripts in Gong and leverage that, extract out objections that are coming up. What are we dealing with well? What is my sales team handling? Which objections are being handled well? And where is room for improvement? I can create an objection handling course on the fly.
Wow.
And I'm not talking about theoretical concepts here.
Yeah.
These are possible today. I take out the GTM out of the equation here. If somebody is technically savvy, you could set up your Claude Cowork and Claude Code environments. And if you have that build mindset, stuff.
Wow. I mean, it's very inspiring. Sreedhar, are you building this yourself, or are Tell me your technical expertise. Are you the builder in these scenarios?
I'm the CEO of the company. So
Yeah.
I have a rockstar team, people who have been part of our founding journey at Gainsight.
Yeah.
And all of us are going through this learning curve, right?
Yeah.
So I would say personally, honest disclosure here. As a CEO, once I became the CEO, I'm not into coding and,
Yeah.
I have 12 functions to take care of.
Mhm.
So I was reading about AI. Until I would say about 6-9 months ago, I was not hands-on.
Hmm.
I was just asking the team what's possible, tell me what we can do, and all of that.
Yeah.
And a light bulb moment hit me that I better be hands-on.
Yeah.
And I started allocating every weekend. It started off with every weekend. I would pick up a simple project, simple idea, a personal project, if you will.
Mhm.
And I said, okay, I'm going to set up my Cloud Code instance. I'm also would have my Codex instance. I stopped using ChatGPT. I would use Codex.
Codex. Okay.
So, as you know, Codex is from OpenAI,
Right.
but you can do stuff.
Mhm.
The same way with Claude, Cowork came along probably 6 months, 9 months ago now. I'm losing track of time. But the power of these tools was that, okay, I have all of this business planning that I was doing, and it's all in various documents. I can start working with those documents in my desktop.
Yeah.
And the level at which I can maintain context. Now, every business project that I have is a folder.
Okay.
And that folder has context, not in a chat,
Mhm.
all the context that was built over time that's continually updated.
Wow.
And then one thing led to another. Any product ideas in terms of what I'm hearing from our customers and prospects, in order to convert that into a prototype, I would use Cloud Code. I'm not writing code,
Mhm.
saying that the idea, I want you to create a sample application. That's not production grade,
Mhm.
but it's become so easy for me to communicate ideas with my product team.
Yeah.
That's some of the use cases that I was talking about earlier, about what our Nucleus platform is capable of doing.
Yeah.
Some of them I vibe coded with Cloud Code.
Oh, okay.
I did not write a single line of code. It was the idea and asking the right questions. It tells me how to deploy stuff. Everything is like, it's
Yeah.
an interaction. It's a conversation.
Yeah.
And I started realizing this. Then I started, okay, hey, my tech team is leveraging all of these tools in building product. Great. What about my GTM team? Where's my sales team at? Where's my marketing team at?
Mhm.
Where's my success team at?
Yeah.
Everybody is at a completely different stage of their AI fluency. A couple of months ago, I ran a session for our sales team. We called it Operation AI Fluency. And the punchline being, your mission, should you accept it? Upon mission impossible. And we had a series of 6 challenges.
Yeah.
And some of them have completed it. Some are halfway through. The change management is hard, man.
Yeah.
You know that.
Whether it's internal or external, it is
Mhm.
very uphill. Sreedhar, I want to give you a chance to, you've shared a ton about, this transformation in the current AI environment. Can you talk a little bit about GTM Buddy? And I brought you on. I want to hear the pitch. I want to hear, what potential users could learn about the tool and why they should use it. I want to give you a few minutes for that.
Sure. We are at the forefront of this new category that we are creating called revenue activation,
Mhm.
which we believe is a new phase of revenue enablement is about creating content, creating training, seen as a very, good to have kind of a function, hard to connect it with revenue.
Mhm.
Now we're looking at how do you pivot that mindset, if you will, in terms of how do you take all of that information that exists in your content repository, exists in your learning, to activate it in the moment of need. When a rep is out there trying to sell a deal, how do I help that person? So it goes into routine things like, okay, how do I help the person to do an account research? How do I help the person to know who they're talking to? The persona, if you will,
Mhm.
based on let's say I'm on MedPick. In your discovery, or you're getting into a discovery call, the questions that you should be
Mhm.
asking.
Yeah.
And after the call, all calls are getting recorded these days. Provide an assessment in terms of this is how you did on the call. This is what went well, and this could be better. And funnel some of that information to the managers that the rep reports in, wherein the coaching is all manager coaching the reps. This has been a perennial problem. There's no uniformity in terms of coaching. A lot of times it always goes into, okay, what deals are you working on? How can you get it over the line?
Yeah.
And not as much about how can I develop that human being in terms of the professional competencies? How can I make that person better at the craft of selling?
Yeah.
How can we help the managers to become better managers by delivering insights on how their team is doing on the field? What are they doing well? What are the areas where they could use coaching? Okay, that's where our call scoring capability and skill gap analysis comes into.
Okay.
And based on the skill gap, we can create a personalized role play, AI role play, to deliver reinforcement learning. In terms of here, looks like you could do better in objection handling. We can create a personalized role play for the rep to reinforce that skill. It's not just a blanket training that's assigned to you. It's more of very, very personalized based on what a person needs in the service of revenue outcomes. That's what we do.
Okay. Well, I could see a ton of value in that. I mean, that is, like you said, it is a very burdensome task to review a sales rep's calls and evaluate their performance. One manager has multiple reps to manage and doesn't have time to relive their whole sales day. And so this is fantastic. I love it.
Thank you.
And for them to have the access to the whole mind share of the, for objection handling and, just all that content is going to be tremendous. So I love it. Now, if people would like to, work with GTM Buddy or even reach out to you, I think you're a tremendous podcast guest. Where can they find you?
I'm on LinkedIn, Sreedhar Peddineni. On LinkedIn would be the best way to reach out to me.
Great.
Our website is gtmbuddy.ai.
Fantastic. Well, we will include those links in the show notes. And I'd encourage anybody in the audience looking to really optimize their sales team to explore gtmbuddy.ai. And I think that's fantastic. Well, thank
you so much.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. This was great.
Wonderful to be here. Thank you.
Want to stay ahead of what's actually working in marketing right now? Head over to MarketSurge.io and see how we're helping businesses grow smarter, faster, and louder. That's MarketSurge.io, because your next breakthrough shouldn't be a guess.